Hey, it's Amanda with Tap Mom and the Beg Brigade. I would like to say a big welcome to all my new subscribers I've had lately. It's been about almost 20 new people, and so I'm really excited about that. So welcome. I know it's probably got something to do with the giveaway that's going on right now, as I'll be drawing for that on Wednesday the 15th. But I did want to go over with you all what I have been working on. Had a little trouble with my leg, and finally the antibiotics are working, so I'm starting to feel a little bit better. But I have been working on some gifts for my oldest son to give to a family of friends of his, and got those all done. And they got 3 little boys. 2 of them like red, so I made them matching hats with little neck warmers in the owl eye stitch, which looks remarkably like crochet, but it's not. Believe it or not, this is still loom knitted. But I of course I loom knit it, and then I join it at the ends. So I've gotten a little better at that. As I go along, I get a little better every time I do something. But this is this one, and this one looks almost just like that one. And that's for 2 of the little boys that like red. There's 3 of them. 2 of them are twins, and then they got an older boy. And there's this one. This one is from a variegated yarn. This is from a Karen cake. I can't remember if it's blueberry cheesecake or something else, but just the regular 80% acrylic, 20% wool one. But it turned out with a variegated little cow neck warmer for him, and this little hat for him, because he's really young. I think he's like 4 or 5. So there's that. And this is not for, I thought about giving this to him, but this is, their mom is real busy. She works as like a registered nurse, and so this is going to require hand washing because it's got a lot of wool in it, and it's a real delicate, it's more delicate materials, so you can't put this in the machine. It will fall apart. I forget, but it's got a lot, it's a high wool content. So this is just, I don't know who's gonna get this as a gift. This may go in with the hats and stuff that I donate to the homeless next month in January. 3rd week of January, I'll be donating hats and scarves and stuff to the homeless again, like I did in November. At what they call, it's an event they have every 3rd week in November in downtown Shreveport called I2D. I don't know why they call it that, but they have like people that come out and sing gospel songs. They have a little preaching. They serve a meal. They have people who donate clothes and blankets and what have you. So that's what what I do is I just give them what I've made, and they, they have people that are homeless or disenfranchised or whatever you want to call it. They come and pick through what's there and pick what they need. And my hats last time lasted maybe 30 minutes. It tickled me to death that they didn't. They stacked them on the table, and next thing you know, I looked over, and about 30 so minutes later, the hats were gone. So it was a beautiful thing. But it did give me a better idea of what kind of people are going to these events, and what kind of hats should I be making for these events, so that I can make sure that I'm making them for the people that are actually going to be needing them. But of course, after Christmas, everybody forgets about charities and stuff like that. But the cold, don't forget them. That's here in Louisiana. That's when the cold really hits. Is January, February. That's our coldest months. Is January and February. So, like Christmas Day here is going to be in the 60s probably. So that's, But anyway, this is the hat. Out of this beautiful yarn. Now this was some of the yarn I got in some Happy Mail I got a month or 2 ago, from a sweet lady named Caroline. And this was some of that yarn. And look how beautiful that is. That's just really beautiful. And I made a little cowl to match. So I'm not real sure. This is basic. This is really kind of a children's size. But it really did. It's variegated, of course. And it's roving. It's a roving type yarn, because its size, it goes from skinny to fat and what have you. but it's a joy to work with. And look how the shade's different, and you can see the stitches there. And that's also in that owl eye loom knitted stitch, and it's really pretty. It really makes it have like a crocheted look to it. And I've really got the knack of that stitch now. I just started a blanket for Will, my oldest son. I'm going to have to do, because I have Bernat blanket yarn and a whole ton of it for a blanket for him. I tried the other looms. I have like a figure eight, one of the figure eight infinity looms, and then I have my big Cindy Wood loom, and both of those are too small. The pegs are too close together to use the Bernat. My fingers would bleed by the time I was done if I tried, because I tried and failed to start it on the figure eight loom, because that's what I did Johnny's back in May. But it did, I remember my fingers bleeding half the time when I was doing it. So that was literally a labor of love. But I decided that I would just use one of my regular big gauge looms, my little round one. I got a 41 peg one that's, you know, not very big, but I can make panels. I can make long panels and then just sew them together. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just make long panels of each ball that I'm using, because I'm going to have to use anywhere from 6 to 7 balls of yarn, of the blanket yarn, to get it big enough for a full-size bed. I already did the calculations online and everything, so I know how much yarn, and I got tons of that yarn, so that's not a problem. I've been kind of hoarding that yarn, because I bought a bunch of it when I first started doing looming, thinking that was the only stuff I could use or whatever. And as a result of learning and tutorials, and Crystal at Bag O' Day taught me a lot about yarn, and then Loomahat.com, her channel, taught me a lot about yarn and what you can use on looms and what have you. And Tutelette, I learned a lot on her channel about yarn and what you can use. And so as a result of those lovely ladies and all the knowledge I gleaned from them, I now know what yarns I can use and what yarns I cannot use. And of course, trial and error on my own. I know what I can use and what I can't. And then I did a couple of, this was out of some Red Heart soft yarn that I bought I think I got it on clearance at Michael's several months ago. But these are some that I'm going to be donating to the homeless. They're super soft, and they're in a color called grape. But these don't take any time to do up, because these are just your very basic knitted hat. There's no fancy stitching here. This is just what loomers call E-wrap stitches, and you just E-wrap until you get the rim long enough, and then you pull it up and fold it over, and then you E-wrap the rest of your hat, and then pull this closed. It's really not terribly difficult. I can have one of these done in about 2 hours if I don't have any interruptions. But and there's a gray one, and this one was done with big twist yarn. I do love big twist yarn. And I finally got the three little boys' mama's hat. Her name is also Amanda, and she's an RN, like I said. And I finally got a hat that I felt like was good enough for her. I don't know why. I just wanted it to be good enough for her. But this is the one that I'm going with. I did a garter stitch brim here, and then I knitted the E-wrap the rest of it, and I just felt like that was just really pretty. Had a happy incident here with the white. It gave a nice little accent, I think. And this was the sweet rolls that this was the sweet rolls yarn that I won off of Penley and Creations. Yeah, I won 3 packs of the sweet rolls from her about a month or so ago, and this was some of that yarn. And so here's the hat, and here is the cowl. And as you can see, it's definitely different shades of gray, and turned out very well. I'll hold it up so you can see the stitching. And I don't know which one you could see But it's definitely, I think it's real pretty. I think and it's super, super soft. It's like butter. It's really soft. It's really good yarn. I really like the yarn. It's nice. It's very nice. And so that's what I've been working on this week, or well, the past week and a half, I guess. It didn't take me long to get these boys, as I had these boys' hats and cows done probably in a couple of days, because these are just basic knitted hats too. They don't take long to do, and their little cows didn't have to be long because they're little guys. So and I hope that they like them. They won't have to wear them very much because it doesn't get that hot, that cold here. And like I said, they're probably not going to need them till January or February. But as an update to the giveaway, I did find some more of that Line Brand Rewind. Let me pull it out of here and I'll tell you what I found. I told you when I was doing the giveaway, Respun. I found more of this. I caked up, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I caked up 3 more, and then I balled up 1. But this one is blush, rose color. You can see that this has been caked up, and it's super thin. I don't want to mess with this too much because it's been caked up, nicely and put in here. But I put the ball bands in the Ziploc, and it's been in the Ziploc the whole time. So I have dogs, and one of them has very long, kind of is a medium long hair. That black lab I have, his hair's all over the house. And so in order to keep it from being all over everything, I put my yarn in either tubs or Ziplocs. And it keeps, pardon me, Mountain Dew. I keep it in Ziplocs to keep the dog hair off of it. Like these knitted up items will go in some type of bag to keep dog hair off of it. But now this one, I know I used this color some, this colorway. Look, this is a really beautiful yarn, but this skein was a nightmare. I did use some of this one with a couple of hats that I did up for a friend of mine that lives in Washington State. Her husband and her son, I did a couple of hats with another type of yarn. I did a 2-strand hat with this yarn and a green color. And this is also respun, and it's called Cider. And so this and the rose color go together. No, the same. That was bought together, and I found another one. This is almost like a fox color. Look how pretty that is. That's really pretty. But as you can see, this yarn is so very, very thin. I'm not hurting that. It's kind of caked up. But this one is called Amber, and all of it's there. It's I think I might have used some of it, so some of the yardage may be gone. So the whole 700 or 600 and something yards may not be in this bag. Just full disclosure on that. But that is, and then here's the last one. I'm fairly certain I did not get around to using any of this one. At least I don't think I did. I determined it was too thin, and I think I didn't use this one at all. This one's called Corn Silk. And it's really pretty. I'll just hold this up where y'all can see it. And it's uber soft. It really is. But again, this yarn is way too thin for the loom. Even pairing it with something else is really just... these 4 will go in the Ziplocs into the giveaway that I already have going on. So, as previously discussed in the giveaway video, I did mention that I thought I had some more of that particular yarn somewhere that was caked up. One of them is in a ball, and so hopefully that's okay. I did try to cake it up a while ago, and it just didn't want to work out for me. I guess I know it's me. I know it's me and my ball winder's an old cheapo, and so it's me. So hopefully whoever gets it doesn't mind it being in a ball. I did hand wind it into a ball because I find that oddly therapeutic. I don't know why, but I often do that. I buy skeins in twos, so that if I'm going to be doubling up the strands, I'll buy skeins, colors of skeins. Like when I buy Big Twist, I buy 2 of each color, so that I can pull from them at the same time if I'm going to be doubling up the strands, and so that if I get down to just, you know, like a fourth of the skein, I'll end up just balling the strands up together, and so I'll have a lot of my scrap yarn is done that way. You'll see 2 strands balled up together. And so one of these days I'll do a blanket like that. I'll just take all my scrap yarn that's 2 strands balled up together and just make a blanket. I think that'd be kind of cool. Anyway, I've talked to y'all's ear off for 16 minutes now, but I hope everyone's had a good week. We start a new week tomorrow, and I go next Saturday for x-rays for my disability case. I don't know how much any of y'all know about that, but I've been trying to get my disability started since 2017. And this is the last hurrah for my regular disability. If this doesn't go through, the only thing I can possibly get is SSI. I really want my regular disability that I put in for and worked hard for, because it pays more. So hopefully, if y'all just send a prayer up for me, I appreciate it. This coming Saturday, I go in for x-rays. And they're going to x-ray my back and my knees. My knees are shot. So hopefully they get enough evidence to approve my case this time. I'm hoping that, you know, I'm praying. But anyway, also I'd like to ask all of you all to pray for the folks in Mayfield, Kentucky, and the other places that have been hit by the tornadoes Friday night. I can't watch the news footage anymore because being an empathic person, I tend to feel everything. And when you can't do anything about what you're feeling, or to reach out and help anybody, you're not physically or financially able to help people, it brings you down and puts you into depression. So knowing that about myself, I decided to stop watching the footage. I just say prayers from where I'm at and let God take care of it, because I can't do anything about it myself. But I will ask y'all to pray for those people that have lost their lives, the families that have lost everything here at Christmas time. And as Americans, we do pull together as a country. And I'm sure the communities surrounding that town and other towns that were hit will pull together and prove once again why we're the best country in the world. Because when the chips are down, we come together for each other. And I think that's wonderful. And I think that's why we remain strong as a country and as a human race in general, really. Because when the chips are down, we're there for each other. So anyway, I thank you all. Sorry I didn't joke around as usual, but just a bit of a somber ending here. But I do love y'all, and I look forward to chatting with y'all again on Wednesday when I draw the winner. And so tell your friends, whoever you love that needs yarn, to please come put their comment on the video, watch the video, put the correct comment. I look forward to drawing, and now that there's extra going into the box, hopefully that will entice a few more. So if I find anything else, you know me. in the Louisiana, the home of lanyap. And if you're not sure what that means, that just means we put extra in with things. Just Google it, lanyap. I didn't know what it meant. Someone had to tell me. Anyway, please adopt, don't shop. Get your best friend at the shelter, because they're waiting on you there. But I love y'all, and continue to pray for me as I pray for y'all. Thank you to my newcomers, and hopefully I'll make you laugh next time. Till then, Have a good night.